Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Georgia. So today I'm doing another comedy reaction to George Carlin. I found one called People Are Boring, so I'm just gonna watch it and see what it's about. So yeah, let's get on with the video.
And it's bad for you. Now, you wouldn't know it from some of the things I've said over the years, but I like people. I do. I like people, but I like them in short bursts. I don't like people for extended periods of time. I'm all right with them for a little while, but once you get up past around minute and a half, I got to get the fuck out of there. And my reason is for one that you may share, possibly. I have a very low tolerance level for stupid bullshit. That's all. Stupid bullshit. You know? And everyone wants to tell you they're stupid bullshit. And a lot of them don't know when to stop talking. You ever run into that guy? Doesn't know when to stop talking, just continues running at the mouth like verbal diarrhea. Don't know when the conversation's over. Stupid trivia.
To be fair, if I'm like completely honest, I'm sometimes that person, like, but more so on here I find, because like in my defense, you know, when I'm rambling, when I'm like reacting to a video, I tend to ramble, as most of you probably know by now. You know, I like to have a good ramble, chatting about probably nothing, because I enjoy it, and I don't realise that I'm rambling most of the time. I just don't know when to stop, because I don't realise I'm rambling, I'm just chatting and chatting and chatting and chatting and chatting. Right? But also, I feel like in my defense though, it's because I have no one to respond to me, you know? I'm just, you know, reacting to a video and talking to a camera. Like, I have no one to interrupt the conversation and stop me. So I feel like in my defense, that's what it is. But now I'm feeling a little bit awkward listening to this, because I'm like, yeah, it's kind of me, you know? Sometimes I don't know when to stop. And I mean, it probably makes the other person who's listening to me, or even like you guys watching, be like, oh my God, shut up already. But yeah, he's just reminding me of myself, really. Just can't help it.
It's like verbal diarrhea. Don't know when the conversation's over. Stupid, trivial shit you don't care anything about. Things you're not even remotely interested in. Did I tell you about my mom and dad? Well, my mom and dad went on vacation down to Mammoth Cave, Kentucky. This is about 6 years ago, I think. Seemed like it was about 6 years ago. 6 or 7, possibly 7, could be. Yeah. Somewhere in there, 6, 7, more than 6, less than 7. Let's call it 6.5. So my mom and dad went on vacation in Mammoth Cave, Kentucky, and my dad found a big rock. What he thought was a big rock, turns out it was a dinosaur turd. A petrified dinosaur turd, 27-pounder. You know, now that I think of it, it might have been 8 years ago. That would have been close to Y2K, wouldn't it? Remember Y2K?
No, but the thing is, I'm going to defend the person who's giving this example about, but I'm like, sometimes it's because when you're rambling or telling a story, you're trying to like work out the thought process. So that's why you're sat there like, oh, maybe like 6 years, you know, maybe 7, or, you know, maybe 8. Like, to the person listening, it's probably tedious and long and annoying, but it's just you trying to work out your thought process and link your story together. Do you know what? I think it's just because he's kind of reminding me of me, like when I'm telling a story. It's just like, I always just sit there trying to like work it out in my own mind while I'm saying it to the person, so it just like drags on out. But yeah, it's making me feel kind of bad, because it's literally what I do.
That would have been close to Y2K, wouldn't it? Remember Y2K? Whatever happened? Everybody's all worried about that. Nothing ever happened. Big fuss, nothing ever happened. You know? God, that's strange, you know? So let's say, we'll say it's 8 years. It was either 8 or 5. So my dad gave my mom this big turd. He said, here, Mom, this is a big dinosaur turd. Put it in your purse and take that home. My mom said, Dad, I don't think this is a dinosaur turd. This thing is still warm. Whoever dropped this thing is still walking around in here, and we better get the fuck out of this cave. 9 years ago. 9. I know it was 9 because my wife was pregnant with our first boy, Mahmoud ibn El Said ben Salam. And he's 10 now. Or is he? He's 11. Maybe he's 11. He's either 11 or 5. And while all this is going on, you're searching through your mind for something diplomatic and tactful and graceful that you can say to help end the conversation. And all I can ever come up with is, blow it out your ass! Blow it out your ass! Blow it out your ass! Blow it out!
Come on, George, he just wants to tell a cool story about how he, discovered a dinosaur or something. Yeah, to be fair, I do kind of get it because even though I am one to ramble, I have also been in conversations where the other person's been rambling and you're just sort of stood there like, okay, and you're getting a bit bored, but you're not trying to show that you're bored, so you're just sort of, no, for me it's when I'm I don't know, listening to someone talk about something I'm not really that interested in and they start rambling on about it and I'm just there okay, I'm not trying to show that I'm bored, but most of the time it shows on my face because when I'm bored, I can't help but show it on my face. But yeah, it's just me the whole time being are you gonna stop?
Useful that you can say to help end the conversation. And all I can ever come up with is, blow it out your ass! 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 But you can't say that. Good manners don't permit it. You have to find another way. And I go to body language. I try to use my body language to show that the conversation's over. I find myself leaning at a 45-degree angle, trying to indicate the direction I'd like to go if this person would just shut the fuck up. And that I might even give him a verbal cue. Surgery. Surgery. I'm late for surgery. I'm having my ears sewn shut. Yeah. Same people on the phone. Same people on the phone. Don't know when to hang up. Don't know when the conversation's over. Dumb, trivial shit. Dumb questions. So what are you guys going to do 5 summers from now? We haven't made any plans. Marge wants to go to the beach. The kids kind of like it at the lake, and I want to go to the mountains. Grandma wants to visit her sister in Frog Balls, Arkansas. How about you? Have you made any plans? It's never too early to make plans. We're going to...
This is really reminding me of my mum and my nan, right? Sometimes I'll be in the front room and my mum will be on the phone to my nan and they're just having this really, really long conversation about nothing or just gossiping about the family. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes I can get some information, that I didn't know about family members from them gossiping on the phone. But yeah, they do it a lot where they just gossip for ages on the phone. And they do this thing, right, where they put the phone down, where they'll say bye to each other 10 times. All I can hear is my nan on the other side going, bye, bye, bye. And my mum going, yeah, bye. And I'm just, why are you saying bye so many times? Just say bye once. And I stand there when she puts the phone down why'd you say bye so many times? Just say bye once, that's all you need. Instead of just going, yeah, bye, see you later, and putting the phone down, they'll literally say it to each other. They'll just go, bye, bye, bye. And I'm why? And then sometimes I'll feel bad because I'll be on the phone to my nan, and I'm just a person who just says bye and then puts the phone down straight away. But sometimes I'll say bye and put the phone down, but for a split second when you hear them go and say something again, saying bye again or going to say love you or something, and I accidentally put it down and I'm oh my god, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's just reminding me of my nan and my mum on the phone. See? I told you, I can ramble on. I've rambled on 3 times now in this video and it's been 4 minutes. It's been 4 minutes, but yeah, I feel like I talk more than George talks, but you know what? How about, I'm just going to say, right, that this video is for me. He's pretty much telling, the title, people are boring, literally me. Literally me. I'm a pretty boring person, and I ramble on all the time. It's literally me. I'm going to stop now, I promise.
How about you? Have you made any plans? It's never too early to make plans. We're going to Norway in 2025. Did you know that up until the 1950s, Norway's economy was based largely on fishing? But now, thanks to the expansion of the world economy and improved drilling technique, and once again, you're searching through your mind for the right thing to say to help end the conversation. Shut the fuck up comes to mind. Or blow it out your, how about shut your fucking pie hole might be good. Or if he prefers cake, shut your fucking cake hole. But these things, you don't want to, you can't say those things. And you can't use body language on the phone. Well, you can always amuse yourself, you know. Or if it's your mother, you show your mother respect, you put her on speakerphone. But that doesn't move the conversation along. You have to find another trick, and I go to tone of voice. Do you ever use your tone of voice to try to talk them into a soft landing? You try to coax the person toward the end. Right. Good. Okay. Good. All right, then. Good. Right. Okay. Good. Okay. Good. All right. Oh, fuck, there he goes again. That guy's You remember my neighbor with the burns on 90% of her body? Well, she burned the other 10% now. She was lighting a fart and her bush caught fire.
Oh my God.
Listen, Reverend. Reverend, I hate to be rude, but I just took a 3.5-hour shit. And I'm bleeding from the asshole. Well, I don't have any mercurochrome. Yes, I'll put a Snoopy Band-Aid on it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. You do that for me. Yes, say a prayer for my asshole. Thank you very much. You have to resort to these tactics because many people do not understand what a phone call should be or what a phone call is. Ideally, a phone call is the brief exchange of a few vital pieces of information. This is a phone call. Hey, Steve, what time's the circle jerk start tonight? 10 o'clock. Okay, listen, I'm going to be a little bit late. You'll have to start without me. Oh, don't worry, I'll catch up. I'm eating a whole bunch of oysters and watching a horny movie. It's called Tarzan Fucks a Zebra.
Oh my God.
Russell Crowe. Well, it's kind of a fantasy. Right now, Renee Zellweger is blowing a unicorn. That's a phone call. It should not be a 2.5-hour harangue of your third cousin describing her mailman's liposuction. God, people are fucking boring. People are just fucking boring.
So yeah, I think that's the end of that clip. I really like that one just because it kind of reminds me of myself and like how other people must feel when they're on the phone with me, because I do tend to ramble on the phone as well. It's just, I like to talk, I think. I really do. I think it's because also like my brain moves quite quickly. So like when I'm talking, I just ramble, and then I'll think of something else to talk about. So then I'll start talking about that. And then like that's basically why it happens really. And I just like to have a chat. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, before I ramble on again and again and again, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe and please turn on the notification bell. Goodbye.